Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Goodbye, everybody, I've got to go, gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. Mama, wanna die. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, when you do the fun, done go. Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Magnifico. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me.
He's just a poor boy from a poor family, sparing his life from his monstrosity.
Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? Build a wall, no, we will not let you go. Build a wall, we will not let you go. Build a wall, we will not let you go. Let me go, will not let you go. Let me go, will not let you go. Let me go. No. Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has the devil put aside for me, for me, for me. So you think you can stone me and save my life? So you think you can love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby, can't do this to me, baby. Just gotta get out, just gotta get right out here.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage of the 199, and I am happy to see all of you here tonight. And by the way, there was a few people complaining about that intro. So to the people that were complaining about that intro, to all of you, how about this? How about this?
Mama.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to play it again. I just like fucking with these people. But anyway, what's going on, everybody? We got a lot to talk about tonight. So, swig of water for the working man. I see you, Link Okanobi. Why is Sully Bach dropping gifted memberships on my channel? What is going on right now? Why is Sully Bach giving me gifted memberships? Did you get hacked, Sully Bach? Not one, but 2 gifted memberships? What's going on there? I'm a little confused right now. Vice for 10 says you should really check out the latest episode of the Sean Ryan Show. He had a guest on today, has info about the latest incident at Trump Tower. I have that clip pulled up on Twitter, so we're going to talk about that for sure. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting, to say the least. Rabbit says Jeremy is so gay, he can only drive 68. If he drives 69, he blows a rod. Hail, chat. Rabbit also dropped 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. John Ambler dropped 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, John Ambler. AOE2 Freak says, hail, Jeremy, and hail, chat. Thank you, AOE2 Freak. I appreciate you, brother. You've been watching forever. Sloppy Joe for $1. Thank you, Sloppy Joe. Grand Potato says, art mimics life. I think the guy behind the Cybertruck is trying to get both Trump's and the media's attention. Check out Sean Ryan's video. Yep. We're gonna cover that. We're going to cover it. McCox says, new profile picture. Of course, me getting memed to hell. What else is new? Of course, I'm getting memed around here. I get no respect. AJ with the gifted membership. Thank you. Appreciate that. Michael S. Archer says, Jeremy, you fig, you're muted. Yeah, so Danky actually uploaded a, he's been doing like the best of things, for like all the G&G crew. And let's see, fucking Geeks and Gamers clips. And I haven't watched all of the one that he did for me yet, but I'll get to it. But yeah, there's quite a few of them. So right here, share this. There we go. So you got the best of Ryan, best of Fear to Beer, though, best of Drunk 3PO, best of Chrisanova, best of Jeremy. So all I'm seeing is people saying how muted I am. That's all they're saying is like, oh, muted. So because
counting on you to send him there. Thank
you. What the fuck up, Donald Trump? Nothing feels it. That's your third. It's the clip. It's the clip.
Ed.
I can't find it, but that's that clip where you guys basically said that I was muted and trolled me, and I fell for it. But that's in there. I don't know what the hell else Danky's got in there. There's no telling. Whatever. It's probably bad, but whatever. What can I do about it? I have no control around these parts. Zinni Biscuit for $20 saw Sonic Earnhardt with their Earnhardt colored hedgehog yesterday. Loved it. The scene on the moon hit close to home. My dad's passing still hurts many years later, and there's never going to be a time when it doesn't. Well, I'm sorry that it still hits. It's always going to, though. But Zinni Biscuit, but I do appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It is a fantastic movie. I highly recommend it. Sonic 3 is great, or Sonic Earnhardt. And but thank you for the $20. Sonic Earnhardt. 1, 2, Earnhardt 4, 5. Let's see. Sloppy Joe says it's actually pretty good, Jeremy. What are you talking about? The edit that Danky put together? No telling, man. I've said a lot of dumb shit this year, so no telling. Zihoni says, do you think the Dems would try to block Trump certification? And also, you think the sentencing would try to keep Trump from inauguration? So let's go and talk about that. Again, thank you, Sully Bach. I don't know why you're sending me gifted memberships. I have no idea, but I will accept them. Also, ClownPilled199 over on Locals says, Jeremy, we need to talk about Beardo. Chad has discovered proof that he's a Candace Owens simp during his latest gaming stream. Not only that, but he tried blaming his poor mother's Spotify activity for it when he got found out. He may need an intervention. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If that's the worst thing we found out about Beardo, that's probably good news. Just saying. If that's the worst thing, that's probably pretty good news. There's probably a lot worse for sure. So just keep that in mind. Mike Zero Source for 10 says, Jeremy, on a scale of the Acolyte to AIDS, how gay will Marvel be in 2025? Man, what's worse, Acolyte or AIDS? I think the Acolyte's worse, right? Acolyte's worse than AIDS, right? It's got to be. So I'm going to go Acolyte for Marvel. Isn't the Acolyte worse than AIDS? I think so. So I'm going to go with the Acolyte. Jake Stanley says, your best of was hilarious. Danky does great work. John Ambler says, for Candace, BRG says, you should get Adrian on as a guest. Adrian's great. She's probably watching right now, so she's fantastic. Sully Bob dropped another get the membership. What the hell is happening right now? Did your account get hacked? What is happening? Sally Ito with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Sally. Appreciate you. Okay, so look, there's a lot going on, but the first thing I want to talk about right now is something that I don't necessarily like, and I don't understand what's going on here. But Elon Musk just made an announcement for Twitter. And he says he's changing the algorithm. So Elon Musk just makes this announcement. Algorithm tweak coming soon to promote more information, entertaining content. We will publish the changes to @XENG. Our goal is to maximize unregretted user seconds. Too much negativity is being pushed that technically grows user time, but not unregretted user time. What? And then he says, we're also working on easy ways for you to adjust the content feed dynamically. You can have what you want at any given moment. No, we can't. So here's what I want you guys to think about this from. If YouTube announced this right here, we would all be freaking the fuck out. If Jack Dorsey would have tweeted this out, we'd all be freaking out. If Mark Zuckerberg tweeted this out, we'd all be freaking out. I don't even know what unregretted user time even means. I don't even know what does that even mean? I have no idea what that means. What I do know is I don't like what I'm hearing. I don't like this at all. The reason negative content is being produced is because there's a lot of negativity in the world. That's the bottom line. And you're not going to change that. You're not going to change that by changing the algorithm or whatever it is that Elon Musk's idea is. Hang on a minute. I had to turn this fan off. But you're not going to change that. So I hate everything about this. I don't like this. This makes no sense. I'm not sure what's going on with Elon and this whole situation right now. I don't know if this is a play to change the narrative for the Trump administration or whatever. Swig of water to the working man. But let's just hypothetically say that Elon Musk is making this decision to maybe help the Trump administration. Horrible idea. Horrible idea. There's no scenario where this is a good idea. There's none. If this is a free speech platform, then if negativity is the defining factor of the platform, then so be it. That's called free speech. So I don't like this at all. I don't like, there's no realistic scenario where I could hear an explanation and think, oh, well, that makes sense. None of this makes sense. Raw Alert says, so what will happen to us news accounts in this climate? Because it's becoming increasingly difficult to post anything positive, given the sheer weight and frequency of grim events we're reporting on. Will this affect us and other pages striving to bring actual or factual, unfiltered news to the public? The reality is stark. The world is not full of joy, rainbows, and whimsical illusions of peace and prosperity. It's often a place of turmoil, crisis, and complex challenges. Everything Raw Alerts is saying right here is 100% accurate. Every single bit of this. And I just don't know what is going on. What I do know is that if you people, every time I criticize Elon Musk or criticize Donald Trump, I have like these people that are like, oh yeah, well, you see Elon turned on. I am still a fan of Elon Musk. I'm still a supporter of Elon Musk. But I will call things out and I will criticize them when I see fit. And I hate this idea. I don't like this idea at all. And I'm going to say I don't like this. This is a terrible idea. And if this would have been released by Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, we would all be going like, look at this garbage platform. You know? So Hayden Wayne 450 says, so I did some VTuber posting with the graduation of Fuana. Is that how it is? RIP Fuana. And now my entire algorithm is filled with Fuana posting and HoloLive post. It's very easy to screw up your algorithm right now. Mine was all politics earlier. This could be good. I don't know, man. I don't know if I said that right. But Fauna, is that it? Okay, Fauna. All right. But so I just don't know. I don't think this is good. There's nothing when the owner of the platform who's advertised something as a free speech platform is telling you that they're changing the platform to have less negativity. I know it's Elon Musk, and I know that we all love Elon Musk, and we appreciate Elon Musk, and we appreciate everything he's done and everything he's brought to the table. I don't like it. And we have to call balls and strikes how they're, and so this is, to me, this is not, because essentially we've all said like, oh, we want Elon Musk to buy YouTube, and it's like, not really. Not really. Right now, as it stands, I trust YouTube more than Twitter, because at least I understand YouTube's rules, as vague as they are and as ridiculous as they are sometimes. I understand them better. I know how to navigate things better right now than I do on Twitter. That's the bottom line. It's more transparent on YouTube. I didn't say it's fair. I didn't say it's right. And there's things that I know for a fact that I know I can't get away with on YouTube that I can get away with on Twitter. But the problem is there's things I don't know that I could go on Twitter right now, and I know that there's things that I don't know if I can say, because there's no precedent that's being set right now. Now, is Twitter still a more free speech platform than YouTube? Yes, it is a more free speech platform compared to YouTube, but I understand YouTube better than Twitter. So I don't know, Hayden, keep me updated. I'd like to know how the process is going for you, for sure. Linko Kenobi says everyone has a right to have free speech, no matter if it's positive or negative. I just don't like this idea of what Elon is doing. Just purchased Rippaverse Trinity. Did you hear what's happening in New York? Wasn't there another shooting in New York? Didn't I think I just bookmarked that, if I'm not mistaken? Let me see if I just bookmarked that. There's crazy. Like I said, man, my whole stance has just been stay out of big crowds right now. Stay out of anything like that, because didn't I see? Well, it went away. I think it was Raw Alerts that posted it, though. Oh, here it is. No, so this is in D.C. Right here, dozens of emergency crews are on the scene after multiple people have been shot. This is in D.C. right now. I guess Raw Alerts is going to get punished for posting negative stuff. You know, what happens if Bob Iger, gets fired from Disney? If the board votes him out, was that negative news? Well, it's negative news for Bob Iger, but it's pretty much positive news for everyone else. Who determines what's negative and what's positive? That's where I'm at with, like, who determines what's negative and what's positive? Because one man's negative news can be another man's positive news. So who makes the determination if something is positive or not? I don't know. So I am not liking it all. Well, thank you, Linko Kenobi. I appreciate it, bro. Bull Bear says YouTuber last days was prophesized Trump's. Let's see. Hang on. Prophesized? Is that how you say that? Trump's ear being hit by a would-be assassin. Also predicted New Orleans and Vegas back in October. He also said Nashville would be targeted. I feel like I heard about this. I don't know if it's the same person. Some guy predicted like the whole thing with Trump. If that's the same guy we're talking about, that is some wild stuff. If he predicted all this too. Mike Zero says just happy the acolyte to AIDS joke worked. Absolutely. Let's see. Anthony, for a new member, thank you. Axel Jensen says Elon is the reason you should never trust a lib. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess you're not a fan of Elon, but I am. So, I mean, by that standard, I guess you shouldn't trust Trump, and then you shouldn't trust pretty much the entire Trump administration too. I don't know. So there's a lot of noise going on right now on social media for sure. So John says, wow, Jeremy, you're out of touch. Well, John, I'm glad you have your Black Lives Matter profile picture there. So I guess you're probably upset because I think BLM is a domestic terrorist organization. So John, you and your Black Lives Matter picture, I understand we probably don't see eye to eye on things, but just you're welcome to support BLM if you want. Mike Zero Source says, on a positive note, not Charlie Sheen positive, but on a scale from Corvette to tits, how cool is Nosferatu? I haven't seen it. So you'll have to find out. You'll have to find out from someone that's seen it. So they're a scam. Happy birthday, Jeremy. It's my birthday. Is it my birthday? I mean, if I can get me some more super chats. Hey guys, it's my birthday today. So please send me money for my birthday. I appreciate it. Magna Norris says, I respect Elon, but this sounds like censorship to me. It 100% sounds like censorship. So let's see. Somebody says dump Trump. Yeah, let's get rid of Trump so we can have Kamala. So listen, it's not a coincidence that we are now less than 20 days out, and the anti-Trump narrative is more powerful than I've ever seen it. Even before, or like the MAGA was still unified after 2020, after what happened, it was still unified. The anti-Trump, anti-Elon narrative is out of control right now, and it's not a coincidence at all that we're now less than 20 days from the inauguration and all of this shit is happening. It's not a coincidence at all. That doesn't mean that Elon hasn't made a few mistakes, and I understand that, but I love how Bernie Sanders, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, steel chair, Bernie Sanders, cashing in money in the bank. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Bernie Sanders suddenly has some opinions on the H-1B visa. Now, I don't follow Bernie Sanders, but like for people that have followed Bernie Sanders, did Bernie Sanders in any of his presidential runs, did he ever make that same statement about the H-1B visa when he was running for president? Did he ever make that statement? Just curious, did he ever make the statement that the H-1B visa is such a massive mistake when he was campaigning to the United States of America? And everybody in the chat saying, nope, not that I recall. You're saying he did back in 2016? Do you have a clip of that? I'd love to see it. Let's see. I forgot Bernie was still alive. Yeah, Bernie Sanders is a complete and total fucking fraud and a coward and a cuck. And I trust nothing that Bernie Sanders says. I know you meant Nosferatu. Yeah, see, I said Nosferatu to give you the proper spelling that you typed, but I get roasted for it because that's how it is. But yeah, Bernie Sanders is a complete cuck. I mean, Bernie Sanders is the same guy that ran on an anti-establish message, and then the moment that the establishment literally stole his nomination from him right in front of his very eyes, he cucked to the same machine that stole his nomination. And yes, he would have been the nominee. He would have absolutely been the nominee. He had all the momentum. He had the pulse of the people. He had everything going for him, and they just took it from him. And then he cucked like a bitch. Let's see here. Actual just says negativity is people disagreeing with me, Elon. Yeah, I mean, I don't. This take from Elon is awful right now. Link Oganobi says, I was talking about the judge in New York wants to process with Trump sentencing, which is ridiculous. Oh, yes, we're going to talk about that for sure. Anthony with the gifted membership, thank you. Mike Zero Source says Bob Iger can take up his role as Captain Cuck. Well, that would be Bernie Sanders, but Bob Iger can help him out. Let's see. The red Necron for the 199. Thank you. Let's see. Giggity says, for the birthday boy. See, man, you guys are so nice. Wishing me happy birthday. That's so nice. Actual Jesus says, I don't trust Trump, but I don't trust anyone. That's fair. Shorty Short says, yes, Bernie has always been anti-H-1B visas. I don't remember that being a big talking point from him at all. I don't remember that at all. So basically, he was against immigrants coming in this country, but he called Donald Trump a racist for shutting down the border. How are you anti H-1B visa, but also Trump is a racist for wanting to stop illegal immigration and slow down the problem of illegal immigration taking over this country? How is Trump a racist for that, but you're against the legal process of immigrants coming into this country? How does that work for Bernie Sanders? I would love to know how is Trump racist for wanting to stop illegal immigration, but you're okay for being against legal immigration? I'm not saying he's wrong in that stance. I'm saying, how is Trump racist for being against illegal immigration? That's fucking wild. And then Vault 95 says, for Rumble mobile users, be sure to drop the chat for a second so you can smack the like button backside. Cobra cast to the algorithm moon. Thank you. So look, I know a lot of you are asking or talking about the Sean Ryan thing. Let's go ahead and jump right into this one really quick because I have this pulled up and I don't watch Sean Ryan. Everybody talks about Sean Ryan. I don't watch him, so I'm not familiar with his content at all. I know a lot of people are. I have never. But this is let's see. Let's go to Autism Capital right here. So this is surrounding the man Matthew. A lot of people are calling him Berg, I think, which is the Las Vegas Cybertruck bomber. Emailed before the attack. All right. Before the attack, apparently this happened. And this is wild stuff.
The email?
Yep. So this email came in on December 31st at 10:42 a.m. That is Tuesday. He said, in case I do not make it to my decision point or onto the Mexico border, I am sending this now. Please do not release this until 1 January and keep my identity private until then. First off, I am not under duress or hostile influence or control. My first car was a 2006 black Ford Mustang V6 for verification. What we have been seeing with drones, he puts that in quotes, he says drones, is the operational use of gravitic propulsion systems powered aircraft by most recently China and the East Coast, but throughout history, the US. Only we in China have this capability. Our OPSEN, that's Operation Center, our OPSEN location for this activity is in the box below. China has been launching them from the Atlantic from submarines for years, but this activity recently has picked up. As of now, it is just a show of force, and they are using it similar to how they used the balloon for SIGINT and ISR, which are also part of the integrated comms system. There are dozens of those balloons in the air at any given time.
Now, it is interesting how we've all but stopped talking about the drone situation. You know how they just disappeared. Like, hey, no big deal. Drones are not a big deal anymore.
The so what is because of the speed and stealth of these unmanned aircraft. They are the most dangerous threat to national security that has ever existed. They basically have an unlimited payload capacity and can park it over the White House if they wanted. It's checkmate. U.S. government needs to give the history of this, how we are employing it and weaponizing it, how China is employing them and what the way forward is. China is poised to attack anywhere in the East Coast. I've been followed for over a week now from likely Homeland or FBI, and they are looking to move on me and are unlikely going to let me cross into Mexico, but won't because they know I am armed and I have a massive VBID. Let me pause right there for a second. So he says a massive VBID. When I was talking to the FBI yesterday, they didn't know what a VBID was. I had to explain what that acronym meant, literally.
You fucking serious?
Dead serious. I said it twice and he goes, you said that word VBID. Can you tell me what that is? For your audience, a VBID, for your audience who has not been in the GWOT for the last 20 years, a VBID is a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device. In layman's terms, a car bomb, what we saw at Trump Tower. So backing up, he says...
And by the way, I'm hearing this for the first time, Sue, so I'm just trying to process all this information. So I feel like I'm watching like a movie that's like mind-fucking me right now because... apparently, like from what people are saying online, that this is legit. Like this did come before all of this happened. These emails did. Again, I'm not familiar with Sean Ryan. I know a ton of people watch him, though. A ton of people respect him.
I am armed and have a massive VBID. I've been trying to maintain a very visible profile and have kept my phone, and they are definitely digitally tracking me. Here's where he gets into the other stuff. And this is where we had to redact the names. Well, your producer redacted the names. I have knowledge of this program and also war crimes that were covered up during airstrikes in Nimruz province, Afghanistan in 2019 by the admin, DOD, DEA, and CIA. I conducted targeting for these strikes of over 125 buildings. 65 were struck because of civcas, that's civilian casualties, that killed hundreds of civilians in a single day. U.S. FORA continued strikes after spotting civilians on initial ISR. It was supposed to take 6 minutes and scramble all aircraft in CENTCOM. The UN basically called these war crimes, but the administration made them disappear. I was part of that cover-up with U.S. FORA, an agent, redacted, of the DEA. So I don't know if my abduction attempt is related to either. I worked with redacted IO staff on this as well as the response to Bala Murghab. Redacted commander at the time, redacted can validate this. You need to elevate this to the media so we avoid a world war because this is a mutually assured destruction situation. Then he says, for vetting, my LinkedIn is Matt Berg or Matthew Livelsberger, an active duty 18 Zulu out of 110, that's 1st Battalion 10th Special Forces Group. My profile is public. I have an active TSSCI with UAP, USAP access.
What is USAP? Do you know what that is?
I don't know what that is. But I checked his credentials on LinkedIn. So that was the first thing I did. I went to his LinkedIn page. First thing I noticed was all of his bona fides were in place. He has all the UAS training from USASOC and everything else. And so I said, okay, at least the guy knows what he's talking about with drones. That was a very rough dig into the guy. But my issue was I couldn't validate or verify any of this information. And I told him that. And how I responded to him was in a subsequent email. I said, this is obviously a very big deal, but I don't have anything to verify this information with. Talking about gravitic propulsion systems without evidence just makes me another UFO talking head. Like, I'm not going to go on my social media page and start talking about UFOs and anti-gravity systems and everything. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't. And he said, can I get on Fox News Contact on Signal as well as Sean's show? Hegseth would be good too. That was his last message to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, what is a gravitic propulsion system?
To be honest,
What the fuck did I just listen to? Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I have a grasp on all of this because I don't. I have no idea what to believe. I need to understand the timeline a little better. I need to understand a lot more here. So, Sean Ryan. Okay. This is fucking wild. What is happening right now? So, right here. All right. So, I just did a Google search, a Twitter search. Las Vegas police and FBI have said they do believe the manifesto being circulated by Sean Ryan was written by the bombing suspect. What? The manifesto mentions that he believes to be the true reason for the... Okay, so
Please keep in mind, this is a very extensive investigation, so there's a lot of content for us to review and examine. We're just showing examples and samples as we get them. There's more information as we go through it. But in this video, you can see even the distinctive jacket that he is wearing in that vehicle. The other thing that's important is the sheriff mentioned yesterday that Tesla sent to us engineers to come to Las Vegas to help us extract data from the vehicle.
So tell me this really quick. I don't know the answer to this question. I've heard people saying this. Again, I am not personally a fan of Tesla. I've never driven a Tesla. But isn't it supposed to be that isn't Tesla aren't they recording everything? Like every aspect of your day is being recorded on a Tesla. Am I right about that? Because this is so if they're recording everything, because with all the data and a self-driving vehicle and all of that, there's got to be a ton of information that they have access to. A lot of people are saying yes.
Thanks to their support, we were able to extract an SDMI chip from the Tesla vehicle. And Tesla was able to confirm to us using the data from the vehicle that the vehicle was not in full self-driving mode at any time during this incident. Finally,
I know there was some speculation that this guy might have already been shot and then it was in self-driving mode, but apparently that's not the case. And I heard Elon Musk actually say that you're not like, you have to be like, I guess you have to be aware and moving and stuff like that, or the vehicle won't drive. I don't know. I mean, my truck barely has like one of those things that'll keep you in the lines, you know, in the lanes, but I never use it because I hate the fact that my vehicle like beeps at me because I'm in a lane, or if I'm trying to move over, it beeps at me. I'm just, shut the fuck up. I know how to drive. I don't need you to drive for me.
Last category just to touch on is motive, which I know everyone is very eager to try to understand and be able to explain what happened. I'll reiterate what the sheriff said is we still have a large volume of data to go through and a lot of content to go through. As you know, with any one of our devices, there's thousands, if not millions, of videos and photos and documents and web history and all of those things that need to be analyzed. But with that, just as a preview for as we get information, we're trying to be as transparent as possible. There were a couple pieces of content we thought were important to share for now. One is in the note application. He seemed to have two letters. One letter in particular, as you can see here, this is an excerpt from that letter. He says, fellow service members, veterans, and all Americans, time to wake up. We are being led by weak and feckless leadership who only serve to enrich themselves. He goes on to explain a variety of other grievances and issues, some political, some personal, a variety of other things, which we will do our best to release very quickly here.
So what is the belief from people? Are people like under the impression that this guy was like a Trump supporter and he's trying to, I guess, send a message with his actions? I call bullshit on that 100%. From what I understand, he was a father, right? He just had like a kid, correct? Something like that. He had like a newborn kid or something like that. Your job, once you are a parent, your number one job is to raise your child. Bottom line.
But then there's a second letter where there's some more excerpts. This one seems to be dated after the fact in that notes application. And in there, you can read a couple of the excerpts. We are the United States of America, the best country, people to ever exist. But right now, we are terminally ill and headed towards collapse. This was
not his kid, apparently. Hayden says there's a lot of weird stuff here. Yeah, this story is wild. So, like, yeah, because we had the early reports that he was married with a young child. Then you had these text messages that were apparently that he sent to an ex-girlfriend. So why are you messaging an ex-girlfriend? Again, I understand that there's reasons that you could remain friends and all of that, but spoiler alert, okay? Spoiler alert. There's not a dude on the planet that messages his ex-girlfriend unless he wants to still sleep with her or he's trying to. He's not checking in to see how you're doing. He just ain't. And if he says that's why he's doing it, he's fucking lying. Okay? There's not a dude in the world's like, hi, just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. Bullshit. All right? Not going to happen. So that's not the case. So there's just none of this story makes any sense. And I'm a very strong believer in we're only getting the information that they want us to have. The information that we have is the information they want us to have. They're not basically the government treats the American people like we are a small child that they don't think that we can accept the truth of what's going on. So basically, and to be fair, you got a bunch of dumb motherfuckers still running around with masks on right now. So, I mean, clearly there's a lot of people that probably do need to be treated like that. But the government essentially says, oh, they don't need this information. Just tell them everything's okay. Just give them a little bit to make them stop worrying, but they don't need to have the whole truth. That's essentially how the government treats the American people.
It was not a terrorist attack. It was a wake-up call. Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence. What better way to get my point across than a stunt with fireworks and explosives? Why did I personally do it now? I need to cleanse my mind of the brothers I've lost and relieve myself of the burden.
You said your your ex-boyfriend texted you about our 2 kids. No, 100%. If there's kids involved, that's a different story. That's a different story. If there's kids involved, yes.
Of the lives I took. I'd like to just also expand on that and understand that these are just excerpts in there. He does offer additional information that is varying on the spectrum in terms of political grievances, issues about the conflicts elsewhere, not here, domestic issues, societal issues, a variety of other things, including personal challenges as well. We are intending to release those initial letters so people can understand best they can what the person's thought process was at one point in time. However, please understand there is still a lot more content to go through, and that may change. There may be a lot more information that we recover that explains either more or shows a change in mindset at different times.
Now,
please keep in mind.
And now I'm like searching out Sean Ryan's name, and then I hit this right here. Breaking: Sean Ryan says he's going into hiding following the release of his most recent episode where he shares an email allegedly sent by Matthew Berg before the Trump hotel explosion. Guest Sam Shoemate says he was sent the email on Tuesday. Holy crap, what is happening right now? So Sean Ryan is going into hiding? What? That's from Colin Rugg. This is a lot. This is fucking wild. What is happening right now? I can't comprehend this, man. None of this story is making sense to me. And I feel like that's the point. The point is that there's supposed to be so much nonsensical information that it's supposed to have us all twisted up like a fucking pretzel right now. And that's exactly what's happening. There is way too much going on here. And I think that's by design. It's meant to. Holy crap. This is wild. Yeah, I mean, Gary, it would be great to hear Gary's take on some of this stuff. This is some crazy shit right here. So, I don't know what to make of this story. I don't. I mean, I would love to sit here and speculate and get into a lot of things, but at the end of the day, man, like this just feels like this is designed to confuse the living hell out of the people. And I feel like that's what's happening, because you could set 100 people in a room right now and you could tell them this story from beginning to end of all the information that's out there, and you're probably going to get 5 or 6 different consensus answers from groups of people. You're probably going to have 15, 20 people think this, and then you're going to have 15 or 20 people think, no, it's this. And that's the whole point. I don't know, man. I have no idea I don't know how to process this. And this whole thing was saying, so who's this guy? I knew this public insert into me would be into the Glowy Boy conspiracy circle, especially since I'm an intelligence officer. I had no choice. I don't know, man. How confident are you that it came from him, considering he emailed and sent a message on Signal that matches the other leaked messages? I don't know, man. Like, honestly, this is why there's been so much shit going on, and to shift this just a little bit, like I've been seeing so much craziness right now online. I have been following internet shit for the past decade. I have never seen information more twisted up than it is right now at this point in time. I've never seen it. In fact, like, do you know someone that I'm seeing get attacked a lot? Alex Jones is like, they are going after Alex Jones like crazy. And I'm like, Alex Jones, bro, like, this man has been through everything. And now he's a target? of like people that you would think would be on his side. Like right here, I've got this video from Alex Jones right here.
Have decided to destroy the New World Order. And the last straw was the New World Order trying to start nuclear war. And people realize that are in the opposition to it, we can't let them be in power anywhere. They've got to be dealt with. Now, does that mean we'll be perfect once we remove them? And does that mean we're some utopia? No. We've got an evil, corrupt society. And would I turn my back on Elon Musk in the dark? No. But what I'm telling you is that I've analyzed an attack that isn't about me. It's about you. And I've watched it and I've studied it and I've been watching for months very closely. And I've noticed the stuff's published at the same time. It's the same talking points. And I know something when it's synthetic when I see it. And if you're going to attack Trump, who are you going to go after? You undercut Musk. You undercut Tucker Carlson. You undercut RFK Jr. You undercut Alex Jones. And all of us, because I know I'm good. I know I'm a patriot. I know that I am in an existential battle with these people. And my boss is God. And I know that when I see whole coordinated groups running around saying I'm bad and that I'm a sellout and that, oh, Alex Jones is out there suddenly agreeing with the FBI. Alex Jones is covering up what really happened with the New Year's Day terror attacks when I'm doing the opposite, saying it's our government funded Al-Qaeda and ISIS and just turned over Syria. And so even if these people thought they were really doing something good, up the chain, they're being funded by ISIS and Al-Qaeda that's run by the CIA and Mossad and MI6 on record. They tell you on CNN how good the leader of Al-Qaeda is now. And then I see these people all together at the same time saying, taking a clip out of context and saying, Alex Jones is saying this terror attack is real. Well, real stuff blew up. And they really tried to kill Trump. But real? What does that even mean? They talk to you like children. When I'm actually exposing that clearly it's the deep state behind this as the precursor to set the table, to set the tone for bigger terror attacks. And then they say, oh, Alex is fear-mongering. Alex is fear-mongering about the bird flu. Alex Jones is fear-mongering about terror. Alex Jones is fear-mongering about him wanting to assassinate Trump. Alex Jones is fear-mongering saying we're in an emergency. You bet we are. That's why I'm like, hey, pay attention to me. We're overthrowing the globalists right now.
So there's just so much going on right now that I can't really make sense of a lot of it. I've never seen things like it is right now online. And I'm not sure what direction we're going to go in, but it's not, to me, I just try to take a common sense approach to things. It's not a coincidence that this is all happening less than 3 weeks before Trump is inaugurated. It's just not. It's not a coincidence. It never was a coincidence. And politics, there are no coincidences in politics. Everything happens for a reason, and everything is happening for a reason right now, and shit is out of freaking control. And so I don't know, man. 3 for 20 says, hey, Jer, haven't even had time to wish you Happy New Year. Been caring for the hubs with dementia and helping my son with 5-year-old and 10-year-old grandkids as his wife decided to bail and go on her life journey. Puke. Anywho, appreciate the show and the chat. Well, thank you. Sorry that you've been dealing with a lot at home, but appreciate you as always. So thank you so much. And Happy New Year to you as well. Hayden Wayne 450 says, from what I understood, the Vegas bomber was separating from his baby mama and current wife because he cheated on her. There are no facts out right now. All speculations. Check DMs for Bernie stuff. I found you some 2015 and 2020 stuff. Yes, I do have that pulled up. Thank you, Hayden. I appreciate it. Let's see. Let me see. Where's this at? NYBSFP says, I am most worried they want him out in the open, not like the judge is going to allow the protection he has now in his court. Oh, so you're talking about the Trump thing. So let's talk about that really quickly, because that's a huge story that, again, right now on Twitter, everything just changes in a moment. So this was right before Friday Night Tights went live. Get ready. This is insanity. So Judge Merchan orders President-elect Donald Trump to be sentenced on January 10th in New York hush money case. So he's requiring Trump to appear. Now, the good news is it can either be that he can appear, I guess, through Zoom or something like that, or in person. Of course, Trump doesn't need to show up in person. But this is fucking insane. And I think we had a statement from Trump that I have not read yet. So let me see if I can find that statement. Yeah, right here. So I haven't even read Trump's statement. I bookmarked it. But this is Trump's statement right here. And Trump's going on the normal thing that he does. Every legal scholar and pundit, including highly respected people, are saying it's a witch hunt, which it is. It's 100% a witch hunt. So Merchan took the Bragg hoax that, according to all legal scholars, should have been dead on arrival, and through his fraud and misconduct, gave it a semblance of life, while deranged Jack Smith was sent packing. So blah, 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 blah. So is he going to show up? I don't know. But the fact that the president, he's the president-elect. He was elected in the popular vote, and he was elected in the Electoral College. And the fact that they're going to bother him 10 days before, I say Trump just should not even show up. He just shouldn't show up at all. What are they going to do? What are you going to do? I think Trump really needs to fucking be like, dude, what? No, we're not doing this at all. I mean, this is insane. There was a Fox News clip, I think, where they were talking about it. Was this it right here? No, that one's not the one. I know they were reporting on it when it first came in, but I think there's more information that has come out since then. And didn't Judge Merchan say that Trump is not going to be, he's not going to serve jail time in this sentence? So it's like, or have anything like that. So what's the point? Why even bring him back? Because they're trying, I guess they're trying to continue the distraction. There's no other reason that this makes sense. None. It's fucking bullshit. And again, they're just throwing so much information at us right now that it's hard to keep up with any of it. It's hard to focus in on any of it. So like right now, it's all about desensitizing us right now. At this point, there's so much information coming at us that the next thing's not even shocking to us anymore. The next thing that happens, we're like, oh, another thing's happening. Oh, another thing's happening. They're just desensitizing people now. It's absolutely, I've never seen anything like this. I have never seen things at this level that we are facing right now at this point in time. So to your point on the super chat, I think that he can appear digitally if through Zoom or something like that. Mike Zero Source is not saying this is happening, but America's enemies will try to exploit these events by pushing bogus information. Although I troll with jokes, I'm skeptical with reports being pushed out. 100%. I am too. Let's see. Usagi says, here's some information for you. A Tesla will not drive further than 17 miles, at least before requesting a physical interaction to stop the auto drive from disengaging. Noted. So it's highly, another 10. So it's highly unlikely that a body was placed in the truck, but he could have set the auto drive and shot himself no more than 10 miles from the hotel. Good information right there. Again, it's a crazy story, man. It's a crazy story I've seen. It really is. And Sully Bach dropped another gifted membership, and I don't know why. Because Sully Bach is just a big fan of CobraCast suddenly now, out of nowhere. Mike Zero Source says, I understand. Let's see. It is a 18Z will hold the rank of Master Sergeant over E8. I believe the bomber was a Sergeant First Class. Something is not adding up. I would be skeptical of this information. I don't believe that information. I mean, hell, just the other day, I'll read you something that hit my inbox. It's getting so crazy. I was thinking about just turning my freaking message requests off on Twitter because I'm getting crazy fucking messages too. Okay. In fact, I got one right here. All right. Just hear me out. I'm not going to show the message. I'll read it to you. Okay. Hi, Jack. I was dealing with the items left by my husband after death. I found that there is still $2.8 million USD in his mobile wallet. Account number, blank, 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 password, blank, 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 website, blank, blank, blank. If you can help me withdraw the money, I will personally return to the UK and thank you and give you some rewards. It's a joke. I know it's a joke. I know everybody gets these. I'm getting so many of these right now. And they're calling, they're not even calling me my name. They're calling me all these random names. And I'm like, okay, thank you. My message requests are a fucking disaster right now. So I don't know, man. Twitter is a nightmare. But you go back to all of the things that have led us to this point, and I still hate what Elon has announced. I don't like it at all. And if you're just tuning in, if you just saw this earlier, or if you haven't heard about this, Elon Musk has announced that he is changing the algorithm on Twitter. Elon Musk says that the X algorithm is changing to penalize negativity, promote informational, entertaining content, and increase unregretted user time. I don't know what unregretted user time means. I have no idea what that means. Does anybody know what that means? I have no idea. Unregretted user time. That's what Elon Musk is apparently changing, which doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a lot of no's. Saint Adam says it means my tweets will never be seen again. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Let's see. Time using the app that people, regret being on it, seeing dead people as such. Okay. We'll see. Yeah, so that was from Hayden Wayne. Time using the app that people regret being on it. Again, that's a personal choice. No one's forcing you to be on Twitter. I don't like when we try to regulate people's behavior. This is why I'm 100% against the TikTok ban. Everybody wants TikTok banned. And I've been like, no, TikTok is not the problem. Bad parenting is the problem. And banning TikTok does not solve the problem of bad parenting. All that means is that behavior moves somewhere else. You don't solve the problem by banning TikTok because bad parents are still going to be bad parents. So if people, again, I'm an individualist. I think that the power of the individual is very important. If a person doesn't want to be on Twitter, they shouldn't be on Twitter. If they choose to be on Twitter, but yet regret being on Twitter, you're not going to be able to help that person by changing the algorithm. Because that person clearly wants bad news and bad information. They're going to find it, even if they have to search for it. So I hate that idea. I can't stand it. Yep, they will go to a different platform. 100%. Negativity is part of the internet. Negativity is part of the world. That is just what it is. It's not going to change. And even if you try and manufacture positivity, it doesn't matter. Because that's the internet will always win. Graptar's Hammer says, at the end of the day, Elon is autistic, and that's all I'm gonna say. Hey, listen, I'm a fan of everything this dude has done. He has brought so much to the table. He has changed so much about everything that we do, and that will never be lost on me at all. But I hate the direction he's taking Twitter right now. To be fair, though, I've always hated Twitter. So I'm good with it. I wish, I was fine when I was banned from Twitter for 2 years. Twitter was always just like a thing where it's like, oh, well, because of what I do, I'm on Twitter. I never used Twitter until I became a content creator, and Twitter is fantastic for being a content creator. If I wasn't a content creator, I'm not sure I'd be on Twitter. I mean, I don't use Instagram because it's not good for like content creation. I guess there's avenues you could go that it would be, but I don't like Instagram, and I don't use Facebook either. So that's the gist of it right there. This is not a good answer for the problems that Elon is facing. Usage says it does make sense, but in a weird way. He wanted to call attention to war crimes mentioned and super weapons, but he was being followed and realized he would not make it out. Maybe, but is Sean Ryan the only person this guy messaged? I don't know, man. There's too much of this story. Is just that 2 + 2 is not equaling 4 for me. There's way too much going on here that doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's see here. Usage says, what is happening is the Illuminati group classified as a network is generating I don't even know how to say that word, to gain power, inciting decentralized lone wolf attacks to justify tighter data controls. And then Hot Fart Fernando says, we need Jay here to make sense of this nonsense. Jay, get in here. Get in here, Jay. Jay, they want you here. I know you're watching. I saw you tweet out that I'm live. Get in here, Jay. Kira for 20 says, people use your brains and fully research things instead of gathering information from snippets you see highlighted in any direction. Go watch the entire Sean Ryan interview at minimum if any of this concerns you. Yeah, how long is it? I don't think we're going to react to the whole thing here. Al Malone says, you excited for Democrat Jan 6? I got my popcorn ready. Jan 6 is going to be wild. So, Drunk 3PO, get in here. Zeke Jackson says, bro, you need to watch the Ghost in the Machine, the recruitment video for the military for Bragg. I say watch it again, Ghost in the Machine. It's trippy as fuck. Love your work. Thank you. I appreciate it. I saw that there was a lot of speculation that the guy from New Orleans and the guy in Vegas both were at Fort Bragg. I'm not going to jump on that as a big level of concern at this point in time just because they were both at Fort Bragg. Doesn't Fort Bragg have like tens of thousands of people there? Like, we're talking like a lot of people. You know what I mean? So I don't think that that's necessarily something that's just like, oh my goodness. If I'm wrong about that, but I feel like Fort Bragg is one of the bigger. Bragg is huge. Yes. That's why I looked at it. I was like, I don't know if there's a direct connection or not. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Got that one. Okay, so right here, just because we talked about it earlier, I want to cover this. So this is the this is what Hayden sent me. This is from 2015. Meet Bernie Sanders, H-1B skeptic. So will the Vermont senator raise the visibility of the visa issue with his presidential run? So this is back in 2015. So credit where credit's due. I ask a question, I get the answer. So fair is fair. Bernie consistent on that topic. But now I have to go, how is Trump, if you're skeptical of the H-1B visa, where is, I'm assuming he's taking this more from a company standpoint than an immigration standpoint, because Bernie's whole thing was to be Mr. Anti-government and anti-corporate America and shit like that. So I'm assuming that this was more about that than an immigration problem. So let's see. Vice says, Vets Talking had a great show the other day about what he did at Fort Bragg and how those connections are concerning. Noted. Let's see. Udite says, a devil's advocate here. Regretted user time to me sounds like time spent scrolling through a bunch of crap you don't want that the algorithm showed you mistakenly. Could be just algorithm improvement. Potentially. Turn on the Starlink lights. So anyway, that's credit for Bernie Sanders for being consistent on it. So I said he wasn't, and he clearly was. So I'll take the L on that one. I still say fuck Bernie Sanders though. And the reason I say fuck Bernie Sanders is simply because I'll be honest, I didn't hate Bernie Sanders back when he was running. I was actually pulling for Bernie Sanders to get the nomination. I wanted to see Trump versus Bernie versus Trump. Obviously, I was going to be on Trump team, but I liked Bernie. That I liked from a standpoint of I liked that he was upsetting the establishment. But when he cucked to Hillary, I realized that Bernie was just another person that couldn't stand for what he believed in. And this is the difference between Trump and Bernie Sanders, is that they arrested Donald Trump. They raided his fucking house. They shot at the man. He's had multiple attempts on his life. Bernie Sanders, the moment some fucking, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, I feel like some fucking SJW girl went up on stage and to protest, and he basically just handed his microphone over to her. Didn't that happen? I think that happened. And so let's see. Read the article, man, is explained. I don't want to go through the whole article right now. So if you want to link it, though, Hayden, for people to check it out, you can. Yes, that happened. Yeah. So again, I liked Bernie. Not saying I was all like a Bernie bro or anything like that, but I liked Bernie Sanders when he was challenging the establishment, challenging the status quo, and upsetting the Democratic Party. And I was like, man, this could be a huge turning point in the American political system if you have Trump versus Bernie, because that represents like the two parties' nominees are guys that are going against the grain. And Hillary and the Democratic Party stole it from Bernie, and he just cucked and said, oh, yeah, I support Hillary. We've got to defeat Orange Man bad, all this bullshit. And that's when I lost respect for him. Anthony says, whoever said that intro was, let's see, you said was a restarted. Did you mean retarded? That was the best intro. Hail the 199 and the Fellowship. Yeah, man, I love that. I love that Bohemian Rhapsody Trump edition. For the Emperor says, Jack Ryan show was an important video on this. Shorty Short says TSSCI is a top secret security clearance. Hope says, don't hate on Bernie too much. Him cucking to Hillary red-pilled people into waking up. Bernie is why Trump won 2016. He was an unintentional Trump ad. I mean, unintentionally, yes, but I mean, even as recently as talking to Theo Vaughn, because I saw the clips of Bernie talking to Theo Vaughn, and he still basically called Trump every horrible name in the book. And it's like, you don't have to like Trump, but like the nonsense that they spew about Trump is just so it's just so insane. And it's what leads to the assassination attempts like that. And of course, again, chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, what's his name? The Republican Steve Scalise, the person that attacked him, pretty sure that was a Bernie supporter. But hey, I guess we can't hold Bernie Sanders responsible for his supporters, but Trump has to be responsible for every MAGA supporter that does something bad, but we don't hold Bernie Sanders responsible for his own fucking supporters. Fuck Bernie Sanders. Axel just says, can Cybertrucks be remotely piloted? I don't think so. I don't think so. Nico says, look up Dr. Stephen Greer. He recently mentioned about Special Forces guys disclosing info about classified propulsion systems. Story might be related. Noted. Jim P says, what the fuck about the judge in New York is going to sentence Trump on the 10th? Trump should not go to New York. I don't think he will go to New York. I don't think. You're saying, yes, they can remotely. So they can be? That's crazy. A Cybertruck. Man, I'm never getting a fucking Tesla. So a Cybertruck could be remotely driven by someone that's not there? Fuck that. I will never have a vehicle like that, man. That is wild. Holy crap. I'm too much of a control freak, man. I'm too much of a control freak for that stuff. Brian Stewart says, it's why Alex Jones calls it InfoWars. Buckle up. That's right. Joe Bitt says, have you, let's see, where is it at? Oh, have I discussed the propulsion on here yet? Well, you're talking about the story on Sean Ryan. I mean, I don't know what to make of it. I have no idea, man. My stance on the story is that I don't trust the FBI. I don't trust the CIA. And I don't trust the people that are in charge of this country that raided Mar-a-Lago. I don't trust the fact that a man 6 months ago tried to shoot Donald Trump and we know nothing about him. Yet there are people that are in jail right now for memes. Or not now. I think he's is it Douglas Mackey? Is that his name? I think he's out now. He was arrested for a fucking meme. J6 people are still in prison right now. So I don't trust any of these agencies. None of them. Cattle Dog says he was a Green Beret with actual knowledge of how to make an IED, but he used fireworks and gas. Those don't make actual deadly bomb. This is shady. Yeah. Let me see. Gargoyle Kitten says, Jeremy, I'm a lurker, so you never see my name pop up. But I highly recommend you watch the whole Sean Ryan interview. It answers a lot of questions you have. Happy New Year 199. Thank you. I will watch I'm not going to watch it here on stream, but I this weekend I will watch it. How long is the Sean Ryan interview? Just for fuck's sake. Let me just see. Sean Ryan. Let's see. How long is it? Is it all about this topic? It's an hour long. It's an hour long. John Kinney says Matthew Berg was on History Channel reality show with Tim Kennedy. Weird shit with Tim Kennedy too on X. This is so crazy, man. G says, did you see the Fort Bragg link between second Trump assassination and 2 terrorist attacks? I did. I don't know if I think too much of it unless there's more details. Just on the premise alone, I'm not going to think that's too crazy. Eric K says, I agree with Jay. What does he think? Don't we all agree with Jay? Axel Jensen says, didn't Alex support H-1Bs? I don't know. I don't care either. Like, I didn't care about H-1Bs I mean, I have had my own experience with, dealing with immigration on stuff as a business owner, but like, I didn't care about H-1Bs 2 weeks ago, and I don't care about them today. I'm not going to be, just because Elon Musk said some stupid shit and everybody else is making an argument of it, everybody that never cared about it, never did any research on it, suddenly everybody cares about it all of a sudden. It's the weirdest thing ever. The problem, so the first time I was ever sent to, so when I worked retail, I know retail story. I worked at one of the top stores in our district. And so I had never, like, all I knew was my one store. It was the only store I worked at when I worked in the grocery store. It was the only store in the district. I was like, oh man, it was the only store I had worked at. And we had gotten a lot of rave reviews from like corporate, and all this shit. So my store manager comes to me because I was the number 2 manager. And he's like, hey, we have to go to another store. And we have to get a team together and we have to go clean up the store. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. Yeah, different store, different scenery. I didn't know what I was getting into. I walk into the store. Now, I was used to my store, very organized. Everything, inventory was under control. I knew where everything was, yada, yada. So when we go into this other store, a couple of hours away, it was a train wreck. And I was like 20 years old. So I'm walking in there and I'm like, so my store manager's like thinking I know what to do. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do because this is a train wreck. So I was working with another manager, that had been, working in the company for a long time. He goes, I've been on these before. You cannot get overwhelmed by worrying about too much. If you start worrying about too much, you will never get anything done. You need to pick a specific area and focus and clean that up. And once that is dealt with, move on to the next. But if you start trying to put out 7 or 8 different fires, you're not going to put out one fire. Put out one fire first, move on to the next. In my opinion, the biggest fire in this country is illegal immigration. That's the biggest fire. That's the focus. That's the thing that needs to be dealt with. Once that's dealt with, then other things can be dealt with. But illegal immigration is the biggest fucking problem in this country by a mile. I am a Trump supporter for many reasons, but currently under the circumstances we're in, me as a Trump voter and a Trump supporter, my number one priority that I want to see President Trump deal with is illegal immigration. That is the biggest problem. That's what I want focused in on. All the other shit is noise. All the other shit has made people focus on everything else in the world. The fucking invasion at the southern border is a huge fucking problem. I can promise you right now, if you were to compare illegal immigration and the people that are coming in under illegal immigration versus the people that are coming in under H-1B visas, there's no conversation. Now, if you want to say that what's going on with the H-1B visas is a problem, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but it's certainly not the most important thing that needs to be dealt with right now, in my humble opinion. So let's see here. Got that. I think I got that one. Yeah, I got that one. Let's see here. Vice's of Vets. Oh, I got that one. I got that one. Shorty Short says, yep, BLM took Bernie's mic. Was it BLM? Makes it even good. Old BLM took Bernie's mic from him. Kira says, Elon in 2020, back when Trump suspended the visas, quote, very much disagree with this action. In my experience, these skill sets are net job creators. Visa reform makes sense, but this is too broad. Also not new. Yeah, I remember that. And of course, Elon wasn't on Trump's side anyway back then. Elon was a pretty big critic of Trump in general. So yeah, I mean, like, I know Trump said some stuff about it in 2016, and a lot of people are pointing to that, and which is fine. He did. You can go back. He did say things about the H-1B visas as a business owner. He said different things kind of like in 2019 about it. And so, again, the whole discussion to me is, it's just not something I'm overly worried about right now. The invasion at the southern border is what I'm worried about right now. Mike Zero source says, in real life, I'm an investigator. I enjoy letting off steam by trolling. As it comes to TikTok, it's ran by China, our enemy. Be cautious of TikTok. Agreed. I mean, I personally do not have TikTok on my phone. I did for a short period of time, and I just don't like TikTok. It's not for me. But just because I don't like it, I don't think setting a precedent of a social media platform being banned is not a good precedent, period, because the government doesn't do anything that's good for the people. That's what I've learned. Anytime the government decides to do anything, that means that it's benefiting them, not us. So anytime the government wants to do anything like that, I don't support it. The government doesn't care about you. They never have, they never will, and their decisions are not meant to be better for you. They're meant to be better for them. Let's see. Mar Millen says, you see that Tim Kennedy competed with Matt on the History Channel. This entire thing is insane. That's what I'm learning right now. I didn't know this. Whew. That's wild. What the fuck is happening right now? John Kinney says, go down. Let's see. Got down the, what do you mean go down the Ashton Forbes rabbit hole? Sorry. To understand, I don't know how you say that. Is it gravitic propulsion stuff? Hail 199632215. Cindy says, dude was legit fed, offed him, or did it first, or still living. Troy Key says, hey Fig, our podcast Astro Bros covers everything from politics to spirituality, where we call out the fake and gay. Just getting started. Hey man, congratulations. Keep it going, man. Hope says, Alex Jones is looking fit as fuck. He can't even fill the suit he's wearing. He'll have to grow into it. I saw a lot of people going, wait, is that Alex Jones? Did he lose weight? Alex Jones has actually been getting in shape, or, he's lost a lot of weight recently. Mitchell Field says, Alex looks epic with that mustache beard combo. And what does Jay think? He just never showed up tonight. He's too good for us. Grant Potato says, we are being prepared for war. Or prepped for war. Sinestro for $1. Thank you. Hope says, I hate censorship, but y'all kept feeding the trolls. Maybe, but again, that still doesn't justify censorship. It just doesn't. Jupiter Knight says, How about an OnlyFans ban there, Jeremy? Hail the 199. An OnlyFans ban? I don't support. So like right now, here in Florida, I guess there's like a lot of like adult websites that are being banned because of IDs and things like that. I have no problem with that. I don't think that, you know, like regardless of like parents and stuff like that, like kids are always going to find a way. Kids should not have access to porn, period. They just shouldn't. Now, parents should stay on top of that for sure. If adult websites are not going to have people, like, I understand the privacy situation or whatever, but the bottom line is kids are more important than anything. And so if these adult websites don't have that proper moderation, then if the state wants to step in, I have no problem with that. Because again, I don't think it should be on Twitter right now. That's my big thing. I don't think that porn should be on Twitter. I hate that it's on Twitter. I don't think that it should be anywhere on a public social media platform. It should be where people of age can go check it out if they want to. I'm not all for a porn ban, but I think there needs to be hoops that you need to jump through in order to access that shit. Sinestro says, this is all a distraction. Something else bigger is about to jump off. Mike Zero Source for $1. Thank you. Kira says, Elon Simp reporting in. What's up, Kira? Hope says, I find your lack of faith disturbing. Let Elon cook. Hey, listen, I'm a fan. I'm still a blue check mark. I still support Elon, but that don't mean I can't be critical, and I will be critical. Brian Stewart says, Elon will stabilize when y'all learn to call it X. Nah, I'm still calling it Twitter. I can't listen. It took me like 15 or 20 years to finally start calling the WWF WWE or vice versa, whatever. Like I used to like, it took a long time for me to start calling it WWE, and I still sometimes call it WWF, but it took about 15 or 20 years before I finally started to slowly say WWE. It took a long time. Grand Potato says, I, Jeremy Griggs, am once again asking you for your super chats and gifted memberships. Always. We love super chats and gifted memberships around here. Van says, Jimmy Pesto voice actor is a J6 never forget. Storm Shadow says, there were Dodge Chrysler gas vehicles that could be remotely hacked and driven. There was also there was a video about it years back, maybe still on YouTube. G says, look up G engines, then watch Killer Patents and Secret Science Volume 1, Free Energy and Anti-Gravity Cover-Ups, Gravity Engines. Your Barmy says, Avengers, Jeremy. Noble Spitfire says, Jeremy and Retail Stories. Name a more iconic duo. Joe Bit says a hashtag, is it, I still can't say it. Links are drone whistleblower. Vegas terrorist email. Hope says, what is the 199 Regiment Civil War banner going to be? The fans can draw that up, and whatever the people want it to be will ultimately be what that is. The 199 belongs to the fans. It was made by the fans. So I'm just here for the ride. Bohica says, F off, America is full. Mike Zero Source says, my secret confession, I'm not Mike Zero's super secret source. I know this is a surprise. Mike Zero has access to Area 51 resources. Really? I didn't know that. Mr. Wilson says, if Beardo spends an entire session on Twitter scrolling through nothing but pics of straight bananas, that is an example of no unregretted user time. Bohica says, go watch Speak the Truth channel's take on the Cybertruck. He's a former Green Beret. And there's a lot of people talking about this story, man. It is out there and it's wild. All right, let's move on. So again, I will, mods, if you want to link over to Sean Ryan's video about this, feel free to do that. I'm not going to react to an hour-long episode here. It's just not going to do that, not right now. But there's a lot to unpack here for sure. Also, Elon has switched his tweets to verified users only right now. I mean, I just don't, on principle, I don't know, man. I'm weird about this. So, like, I have people in my mentions all the time just shitting on me, making up lies about me, saying the worst shit imaginable. And I just let them because I don't care. I don't block people. I don't, do any of that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't or whatever. I'm just saying, like, for me, I'm a public figure in some capacity. I'm on a public website and my profile is public. I don't feel right about blocking people just because they're saying things that I don't like. And they're saying horrible shit about me. Like they do. They say horrible shit about me. But it is what it is, man. You just gotta, it is what it is. So I just don't block. Elon Musk bought Twitter. Trolls and all of that shit is part of the internet, and it's always going to be the internet. And you're the richest man in the world, and you're the most visible man in the world, and you're active on the platform that you own. I feel like you have a responsibility to carry yourself a certain way in order to set the tone for what you want the site to be. I understand he has a different rule set he has to apply by because he's Elon Musk and he is, he is Elon. I get it, but I don't know, man. I mean, there's times you get annoyed with it? Like, I mean, I personally don't, because I think it's funny, because I just still feel like I am a retard. If you're worried that much about me, it's a win for me. But I guess it bothers other people, I guess. But I don't know, man. It's people have a right to say whatever the fuck they want. And that's my stance on things. Axel Jensen says, was just saying why Alex was getting heat recently. Oh, I got you. The raging American Germ got a 60K job today. Means I can send you more money. Hey, congratulations, brother. Congratulations on the job. Troy Key says, the immigration issue is mainly about CCP, the cartels, and the gangs. Fix the border. More Geeks and Gamers crew on CobraCast. Make America healthy again. Hope says, pro TikTok and pro drugs is the same thing. Fight me. I don't know. Is it? I'm not necessarily pro TikTok, and I'm not necessarily pro drugs, because personally, I don't use TikTok and I don't do drugs. But what my whole thing is who makes the decision of what drugs are legal and not legal? Who makes these decisions? And that therein lies the problem. Like, who makes that decision? Who decides what drug is legal and what's illegal? And then where's the line? So the people selling them. Exactly. So I just I don't drink alcohol. I don't think alcohol should be banned, but I don't drink it. I hate alcohol. I despise alcohol. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want it near me. I don't want it anywhere in my direct life. I want nothing to do with alcohol. But people should be able to drink alcohol if they want. Now, if you're reckless with it and you endanger people's lives, then you should be dealt with properly. But I mean, again, if you're just a drinker, you should be able to drink and do whatever the fuck you want. Who cares what I think? Actually just says, just wait until Jeremy finds out Tesla's can, I don't know what, the hermetically lock themselves while self-driving. Now give their creator control of the public square. Well, I mean, that's why I don't buy Teslas, but I won't know. I've talked about that recently. Like, what happens if a Tesla decides that hey, today it's basically 2001. It's where all of a sudden it's like the machine just takes over. You're like, you're not going here today. You're going where I want you to go. I don't like that. That's why I've got a 2017 vehicle and I got a 2013 vehicle. I'm happy. Leave me be. All right. That's about as new as I need right now. Let's see. Crocs lives matter. I'm wearing my Crocs right now. They're comfortable. Let's see. Bohica says the old whites and big pharma. Lying dog face pony soldier with the gifted membership. Thank you. Okay. Next up on the list, let me pull up my bookmarks really quickly here because there's more to talk about. You guys have been awesome tonight, and I appreciate it. Again, I made a video. I don't know if you guys saw, but I made a video for this channel. The first video I've made in months, and I'm going to make more videos. I'm going to make more videos for Geeks and Gamers and more videos for this channel. Here's a good one. Let's lighten the mood a little bit, okay? Let's lighten the mood just a little bit here. You're stuck on an 8-hour flight. Take your seat. Where are you sitting, chat? You got to answer. You got to answer. Where are you sitting, chat? Where you got to answer. There's no like, oh, I'm not. The wing. I'm jumping off the plane. Holy crap, man. That's rough. There's not a good seat. There really is not a good seat. There's really not a good seat, man. I feel like either 1 or 8 would be the best. Because at least you're on the end. I mean, I guess I could apply to 3 and 4 too. Yeah, I mean, if somebody said 7, why would you say 7? I need to understand why you would say 7. That is next to Rosie O'Donnell. She's got herpes. Rosie O'Donnell has herpes. Why would you sit next to Rosie? I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna go. I'm going to go 1. I'm sitting next to Keith Olbermann, and I'm going to try to talk to him about sports. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to Keith Olbermann, and I'm going to try. I'm like, hey, you're the guy from ESPN, right? You used to do Sports Center, right? And that's what I would just try to keep him talking about sports. That's what I would do. And then, if I'm not mistaken, the guy in below row 1, isn't that Tubin? Is that Tubin? Now that's a good story. You're the guy that jerked off on Zoom, right? I think that's who. Isn't that Jeffrey Tubin? I think that's who it is. Oh, man. So I'm going to try to talk to Keith Olbermann about sports. That's what I'm going to try to do. So we'll see how that one goes. That's about the least miserable conversation I think I could have on that situation. I mean, ultimately, I'm not flying anyway because I don't fly. But one person I would not want to sit next to would be Hakeem Jeffries. I'm not sure if you guys heard what he had to say today, but if you didn't, let's listen in really quick, okay?
The American dream possible. We will fight hard for the freedom to vote. The American dream possible. We will fight hard for the freedom to vote.
He said fart hard. No.
The American dream possible. We will fight hard for the freedom.
He even wanted to laugh about it. He knew it. He's like, dude, I'm going to get memed by these MAGA losers. They're going to meme the hell out of me. Oh, it's glorious. Absolutely glorious. You deserve it. You deserve it. Now, I saw this earlier. The FBI. Oh, the FBI. Yay. Is investigating bomb threats against SpaceX. The FBI is investigating possible bomb threats in South Texas. Those threats have been aimed at SpaceX's Starbase facility. So, all I can say, you're crazy. You're crazy if you're messing with Texas, okay? You're absolutely insane. If there's 2 places you don't want to mess with people, it's Florida and Texas, okay? You just don't want to. So I guess go ahead if you're feeling up to it, but I personally don't believe the story. I think that this is more bullshit. Like, I think that who's bombing SpaceX? Like, seriously, who? How are you even getting there? To like it doesn't add up at all. Unbelievable. So that's just one report that's out there. So we'll see what comes of that. But I personally, hard to believe. Hard to believe. Hakeem Jeffries is a Timu Barack Obama. You know, I didn't know what Timu was until like the Super Bowl last year when they had like they ran ads. I had no idea what it was. By the way, listen, guys, a new movie is coming out. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are looking forward to this, okay? And I just want to say, if you're not looking forward to this movie, I understand. I personally, when I saw the clip, I was like, this looks like it could be a big time blockbuster, okay? That's just my opinion. I know sometimes people are like, oh, Jeremy has bad takes, all this. Maybe you're not excited for this movie. But I think this could be one of the most groundbreaking movies of all time. Here we go. Oh. I think playing the video is enough, so I'm just going to leave it there. All right, I'm not even going to make a commentary on top of it. I'm just leaving it alone. I think the video speaks for itself, so we're just going to leave it there. So, probably shouldn't have played that, but it's so funny. The internet is a fucking brutal place, man. Holy crap. Oh, man. That is funny as hell. Let's see. Wait a minute. What is this? Is this real? More video from the Las Vegas police shows Matthew Berg charging the Tesla Cybertruck. I haven't seen this. This is him? So he's charging his Cybertruck. He's at a Carl's Jr., I guess. So this is a guy that thinks he's under surveillance from like very powerful people. I don't know, man. That's not that is very strange. Very strange. Let me see if we've got more video though. This is fucking fascinating. This is better than almost any show going on right now that's not written by Taylor Sheridan anyway. Like this is this whole story. Here's more video. Okay. This is wild. So much. There's so many layers to this. Father of the man accused of detonating a bomb outside of Las Vegas Trump Hotel on New Year's Day said his son loved the Army and loved America. I don't know, man. I wish I had some like groundbreaking insight that I could say like what I think, but I just can't really wrap my head around this to the point where like I feel like the first of the year, knowing that Trump is going to be inaugurated, knowing that they've literally done everything in their power to stop Trump. They've shot at him. They've arrested him. They've raided his home. They've taken his name off of ballots. They've put him in court. They've literally like lied about this man. And then we finally get to the first of the year and there's this renewed sense of energy within America. And suddenly in front of the Trump International Hotel in Vegas in a Cybertruck, we get an explosion. And if you remember those images of January 6th, you remember what they did with those pictures of January 6th, they've never stopped fucking using them. And then as soon as this iconic picture of the Cybertruck at the Trump Hotel with the Trump name in the Cybertruck on fire, what did we see? We saw Democratic influencers running with it. This is the if 2025 was an image. Like the whole thing is so fucking weird. We got this one here. Hakeem Jeffries, fart. So there you go. There's Hakeem Jeffries and his sorry, I had to throw some memes in there just to offset a little bit. It's hard. I would love to talk to Gary about a lot of this and see what Gary thinks. So I'm sure Gary has some incredible opinions on this. He's probably watching. I know he told me he was watching. I don't know if he's in the chat right now or not, but that's definitely going to be interesting to hear what Gary has to say about it. There's just too much there's too much information to piece together. Like right here. So yeah, this is more people just talking about it. The sources claim to have contacted the FBI and other law enforcement bodies about the email. It's just, if this manifesto is legitimate, and I have my doubts, then it doesn't make sense. Everything seemed to indicate that this was meant to send a message about Trump and Musk, yet the manifesto doesn't mention either of them. This case just keeps getting weirder. Yeah. And again, that's what I think is the most, the thing that I am taking away from this the most is that the story is too crazy. Now, what I'm really, and I know you guys said like there's more information to the Sean Ryan interview, and so again, if you want to go watch that in its entirety, please feel free to do that. But the story that Colin Rugg posted about Sean Ryan said he's going into hiding, which doesn't sound, that's weird. Where did he say that? Where did Sean Ryan make that statement? I'm looking at his Twitter right now. I have to urge everyone to dedicate at least 45 minutes to fully grasp the details that have unfolded over the past few days. This episode takes a deep dive into the manifesto. In this episode, we unpack the manifesto's contents, which include allegations of advanced drone technology. Where did he say he's like going into hiding? Because that's what Colin Rugg said. Let's see. Sean Ryan. Let's see. Yeah, so like right there, there's Colin Rugg's tweet. Sean Ryan says he is going into hiding following the release of his most recent episode where he shares an email allegedly sent by Matthew Berg before the Trump hotel explosion. Drunk 3PO in the chat. They want to know your thoughts, Jay. They've been begging for your thoughts. We need to know what Jay thinks. Laughing Man says, Jeremy never reads my comments or super chats. Laughing Man's always mad at me. Why is Laughing Man always mad at me? Every time Laughing Man shows up, I play the clip for him. Damn! Every time I play it for Laughing Man, and every time he's still mad at me. There's nothing I can do. Pitland says, I wanted to say thank you for all of your vids during the election. You helped keep me and many others on an even keel when everything looked bad and the media was gaslighting hard. You did a great job, Jeremy. God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to be making more videos for either here and Geeks and Gamers, and I really appreciate it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the coverage during the election, and yeah, I'm honored that you guys are enjoyed what I did and continue to enjoy it. Actual Jensen says Jeremy is going to be in front of Lubin Tubin. He's going to be Tubin fat material. That's not yogurt on your shoulder, brother. Just tell Keith you are a Trump voter and at the end and watch him melt down. Oh, yeah. Like me and Keith Olbermann would just sit there and talk about sports back in like the 90s and the early 2000s. We'll totally bond. He'll think he's got a new friend. And I'll be like, by the way, I voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. Make America great again. And he will just break it. That's perfect right there, actually. Let's see. Hope says TikTok in China is educational. It's a psyop. Mike Zero's source says, Jeremy, have you watched Mr. Ballin's video? Give him a chance. Bohica says, emergency exit. Sinestro says, I'm sitting on the effing wing. Marmillan says, fig picking on another fig. I mean, you can talk your interests. Grand Potato says, I'm with Sinestro. Luis C says, Timo Obama. Rye the guy says, Hakeem Jeffries says, Timu Barack Obama. Zan Zoltan says, if the movie is not called I Can't Breathe, I will be disappointed. Hail to 199. Mike Zero Source says, we don't know anything yet. Again, approach new information with skepticism. Something is not adding up. Agreed. Jay's half Asian son says, hi, Dad. Are you going live on CobraCast too? Jay with a 99 cent, and his son drops a super chat. I guess this is the only way he will talk. He will talk to his son through super chats on CobraCast. I'm okay with that. If that's how I can keep family members to communicate just through super chats on CobraCast, I'm okay with that. Jay says, hang on. What? Hang on. What did Jay say? Where'd it go? Jay said $100 super chat and he'll hop on. That's how you grift right there, my friend. Look at that. Looks like we're going to, we'll have a little bit longer of a show now, probably. Jay's son sent more money. Really? Did he? He said, hi, Dad. Are you? Yeah, that's all he sent right there, right? That's it. And then Timothy says, Elon is on the way to being an inverse. J.K. Rowling, where his refusal to budge on one issue ruins his reputation despite him agreeing with 99% of other things. Yeah. You're not, I mean, I personally don't get to, it's not that big of a deal to me. Dougie B! Just dropped $100. Jay, get in here. Get in here, Jay. I wonder who else had the 100 like ready to send it. And as soon as Doug, they were like, okay, whew, all right, I didn't have to send it. I bet you there were like 5 people that were like, just wait. They're like, all right, I'm going to hit send here in a minute if nobody else does it. I bet you there were like 5 people that were just waiting. Hail to, oh, look at there. John Murdoch with a MAGA red. The second one. I agree with Jay. Look at there. So Jay has got 2 $100 super chats now. Dylan says, check your mentions. I tagged you on a post. Noted. Warbreer says, is it wrong for me to get a thrill out of Christy Canyon liking a tweet of mine? It was a political tweet. Not at all. I bet you did get a thrill out of that one, Warbreer. I bet you did. Mike Zero's source says, inner troll find it funny about many ties that you mentioned, Mike Zero. Mike Zero is the most trusted man in all of YouTube. That's a fact. So Mike Zero, the most trusted man in all of YouTube. We're in a bad place if that's actually true, by the way. And it is true. Over on locals, at the end of the day, I got that one. Graptar's Hammer says, did you see the video of Kamala screwing up the Pledge of Allegiance? Yes, we've reacted to that on Friday Night Tights. It's an embarrassment. She's an embarrassment for this country. And I don't think that surprises anyone at this point in time. And the fact that she got as many votes as she got is downright terrifying. It really is. Is this real footage? Is this real footage right here? Let's see. Hang on. Is that real footage? Elon and Trump? That looks like that's real footage to me. I don't know if anybody can confirm. Maybe we'll get a community note on it and it'll let us know if that's true or not. So, where's Jay? I don't know. Do you think he just made you guys just send super chats just for the hell of it? And he's not going to show up? What if he can't find the link even though he has access? What if he can't find the link? Let's see. Las Vegas Metro Police release message found on Matthew Berg's phone in Tesla Cybertruck. This was not a terrorist attack. It was a wake-up call. What? Yeah, this none of this is making sense, bro. None of this. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. All right. So how do I word this though? Start poll. Look who's here. Look who's here. He finally showed up. He finally made it after grifting a couple of.
I was like in the bathroom 1 second.
What's up, Drunk 3PO?
1 second.
How you doing, man?
I don't know what y'all are talking about. I was like outside. I was actually talking to Tommy.
Okay. So
I was like, no one will send it this late in the game. I'll be all right.
You know better than to challenge this chat. You know better. So have you been following this whole story with the Cybertruck bomb and the guy and everything? Like, I don't know what to make of the story. I don't know what to make of any of it. It's way too complicated for me to have a clear understanding of what direction I think that this thing is moving. So how much did you listen to Sean Ryan's comments?
But wasn't
the email he got and everything like that?
Yeah, wasn't it? So apparently he was a Trump supporter.
Yes, I mean that's what
apparently
we've heard that from the family, but
then he was texting his ex-girlfriend that he got a Cybertruck.
Mm-hmm. And he called it. He said, "I feel like Batman or Halo," which there's two ways to look at that. Either number one, he's maybe just talking to the girl from a normie standpoint, because calling it Halo doesn't make sense. Like, you should be like, I feel like Batman or Master Chief, because it does, look like, but calling it Halo, like, I guess he could be talking to the girl. I don't know.
It makes you wonder if, like, and it just, no evidence on this. You wonder, because he was in the military, if he had some sort of trauma that he never dealt with, or that the VA, their incompetence in the VA never was able to take care of, like, what he was dealing with. And he just had a moment where he thought he was the main character in something, like, that's the only thing I could think of is working with 9 Line Apparel and all the stuff that they do for veterans, and listening to the stories of veterans and the VA and things like that. And just, that could play a part of it. So,
Here's Sean Ryan's tweet. Danky just sent this to me. So my family and I are disappearing for a few days. My account will be active, but it will not be me behind the wheel. What we are about to release is mind-boggling and will raise a lot of questions. So there you go. Okay. So I get that. That's him just kind of detaching for a few days. So yeah, I get that. Again, I know nothing about Sean Ryan. I don't know who he is. I know a lot of people reference him. A lot of people
He's
talk
like
to
the
him.
biggest podcast ever now, right? Didn't he? Isn't he pretty big?
He's had some huge guests
Yeah.
on. He's had some huge. I don't think he's bigger than Rogan, though. You know who's bigger than Rogan? Like, wasn't it like one of the Kelsey brothers, like wives? Her podcast passed Rogan
Yeah, something like
momentarily.
that.
But yeah. So anyway, he's huge. Everybody, a lot of people listen to him. He's had a lot of big time guests on. But yeah, I don't know much about the guy, so I don't know if people think that he's.
You ever watch the show Homeland?
No.
Oh, it's a very interesting show.
I mean, this just came out, right?
No, Homeland's an older show.
Homeland?
But it's on Showtime with Clara Danes. And the first 2 seasons was about a person that was captured, a veteran, a person in our military was captured, and he got radicalized, but he came back into the country and they celebrated him as a war hero. It's a show. It's a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
It was great the first 3 seasons. And he acted normal, but he wanted to, and this is a TV show, YouTube. It's a TV show, Homeland, but he wanted to like blow up the government. So, because he thought that was the right thing to do for America. So,
well, now how many seasons is this show?
I think it has 5, but the ones that you want to watch are the ones with Brody. And I don't want to give out. I mean, it's been on since 2011, but like there is he's only in the first 3 seasons. I think he's only 3 seasons in. Is he 4? I'm not sure. But after that, it goes way off the rails, man. So, but those first few were really good.
Yeah, I have not watched that show, so I have heard some discussion about that show because of Claire Danes, but I have not seen it, so maybe I'll check that one out. I've been looking for some new shows to watch and shit like that, so yeah, maybe we'll check it out. Mike Zero's sources, Neon Cortex said it best. Mike Zero invented the truth. A shout out to one of you regular chat members. Eric K says Jay was having bathroom sex.
What? Where did you get that from?
Eric K's fucking weird, man. So
yeah.
Basket City, new member, thank you. Victor Chazez says maybe some MK Ultra shit. I don't know, man. Fishy. Yes.
Yeah.
And Mike Zero sources Neocortex. Sorry for the autocorrect. Again, a shout out to Neocore. Is it Correx? I don't know which one. You spelled it 2 different ways. Which one is it, Jay?
Cortex?
But he said Cortex, the first one.
Neocortex. Shout out to Neocortex for the best one-liner. I don't know.
I can't spell Neocortex. I see you, Neocortex. I see you in the chat right now. I see you.
The only reason I brought up Homeland is because I see a lot of people were like, I just saw a lot of comments about the Homeland reference, and this guy in the Cybertruck is crazy. So I'm not saying that happened. It's a TV show, but
Basket City says, hail Jeremy and Jay. Chad Layton with the Get the Membership. Thank you. Jim P says, Sean is a vet that mostly interviews other vets. Some vets that were involved in activity that made news. He's had some like politicians on too, hasn't he? Didn't he talk to Trump for a little? Didn't he have like
he did talk to Trump.
Yeah, like a brief conversation.
Didn't he have Gina on too? Did he have Gina? Was that Sean Ryan had Gina on too?
He might have. So I mean, You're the boss, right? You handle all of Gina's stuff, like handle all of her interviews and her appearances. You're
Yeah.
the boss, right?
It was so last year though.
Hmm.
It was
But
last
hey,
year.
don't forget MegaCon Orlando happening February 8th is our meetup. Saturday night. Red Coconut Club, Red Coconut Bar, whatever it's called, at City Walk. So I hope to see all of you there. It's going to be an awesome meetup. We're going to have a lot of people there too. So more details are going to be dropping in the very near future about all of that. Celebrity Jeremy for 20 says it almost feels like he was resisting some kind of mind control thing. He was an explosive expert in special forces, but only had a small device and some fireworks. Sounds like a passive resistance, but that's just me.
Now
Yeah, I mean,
is the report true that before the truck blew up, he self-deleted? Is that the right term?
I don't know if we know exactly how that happened. I don't know. We don't know if he was dead, at least from the information I've seen. We don't know if he was. There was speculation that he was dead the whole time, but then that was kind of proven not true because it won't drive that far. But then there was speculation that he could have died, 10 minutes before he got there. I don't know if we know. So the whole thing is crazy.
It is.
Really is.
I don't know. Did you see that video going around of like the reporter walking through the which I swear is fake, but a lot of people saying it's not. The reporter walking through the person that ran people over in the truck in Louisiana. She was in his home after the police went through it. This reporter that wasn't even dressed like a reporter was able to walk through the house. And all these mainstream people were talking about it. It was so weird.
Do you have that video? Do you know where that's at? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I have it.
I've not seen that one.
You got to tell me like this stuff. It's not even. All right, wait. I finally got a community note.
Okay. So is it not legit? Are you reading the community note now?
Yeah.
Did you see what our boy said today? You seen this?
Yeah, fart. Yeah.
Impossible. We will fight hard, fight hard.
Yeah.
Oh.
The community note said the New York Post included this video in its online top story. And now, and then one of the community says this is not a real video. But this is the thing. All right. I'm going to show it. I showed it earlier today, and I was like, this looks so freaking fake. But all Hodge twins, all these people were retweeting this, saying how, and then you see this guy in the back, he's got a camera,
Mm-hmm.
He's just do you want me to play it?
Yeah.
This has to be 100% fake, but it made the rounds. And if the New York Post is using it, or what did I say? Times, one of them, that's insane.
We are here inside the New Orleans terrorist home. You can see that it's been clearly destroyed, the door at least, from the FBI raid yesterday. But if we walk through the home, we see some signs of what he was up to. He had this work area here, lots of different chemicals played around.
This can't be real.
That's what I'm saying. Why were all these people and the Times reusing this? That's what I'm saying. You could easily tell that this was
different.
This is not real.
This is, again, a work setup. Left receipts.
The reporters don't even dress like that, do they?
Here.
No.
If we go over here, actually, you can see.
And they even have documents,
Department
dude.
of Justice documents here, the search warrant, and the property that they recorded here.
You said there's a community note on this?
There's tons, and they're all conflicting.
Seems to be a lot of chemicals. Again, just left in disarray. There's a bedroom.
The
back
community
here,
note wasn't on there
and
earlier, and this had already been up for 2 million
Here you see
views.
his
I just now saw it. It
religious
wasn't on when I played it
materials,
earlier
it's
today.
Qurans, an open Quran with a passage there.
What
as
is
well as,
happening?
Even the Bible
This is fucking
here.
crazy.
Yeah,
Muslim
exactly. I'm just like,
on
and
Islam,
we're watching it in my
and his
live
prayer
stream. I'm
rug
like, this is,
just to
everyone's
the
like, this is
left of
fake.
me here.
But then why are
And if
all
we
these
go
people
back, there's
sharing
another
it
bedroom here.
real?
You can see he left all these belongings, contact lenses, personal belongings, bathroom. This seems to be some sort of workspace again with other chemicals here. The light's still on. Some kind of station set up here. We're not really sure.
There is no
what
way
that
they
was
would allow a
for.
reporter in a
In,
crime
you know,
scene
what
like
we
that,
can assume
ever.
Was also a bedroom. You can see clothes left here, and just a sign that someone
This
was
can't
here
be
up
real, but I'm looking it up now, and like, I don't see
until
like
those last few
Breaking
moments.
911
The
tweeted
neighbor
it
said
out.
he left
Nick Sorto,
just before
Are you seeing
New
it
Year's
like the other
holiday,
people
saying
showing
he
it?
was done
yeah,
with
and I'm
his
not seeing
weeks,
community
closed up,
notes.
and he was on his way to New Orleans where he would live there. Didn't take
So
any furniture.
community notes, how it works is people that have that can fill out a community note will fill it out, and then the other people that have access to community notes will vote on it or fill out another one, and they'll vote, and then if they finally get one that it has like proper sources, then that will be the community notes. So as a writer of community notes, I get to see all of them, and they're all conflicted. They're all over the place. So, but yeah, it's like that video makes zero sense.
Like, this is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like it makes zero sense.
This is fucking wild.
I mean, even Gary Razorfist responds to it, like, you know, and then if you go to the quote tweets, it's like some of the bigger names and I guess like conservative media, maybe they're all just like, how is this possible? Like, how is this real? And then there's others that are like, this has got to be fake, you know, but it's it's
I don't
the
know.
thing that threw me off was at the very beginning when you see the guy outside with a camera, like with one of those news cameras.
Yeah, I mean, that did not look real. But I'm not.
This person was like, I saw this on MSNBC. I can't believe this is real. I'm like, dude, if they're playing that crap, like what?
All right, chat. I want to know, do you think this is real or not real? Let's see. Let's do a poll in the chat.
There's no way they would let a journalist go into a house like that. It's no way. It would look 100 times worse with the police and FBI and stuff going through all this man stuff. It would be blocked off for still, even today, it would be blocked off.
90% say it's fake. But where's the community note?
So here, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they don't have one yet because there's no proof. So here's where it came from originally. Exclusive tour of the Nola Terrace home from the New York Post. So that's supposed to be the New York Post in there.
Is this a reporter? Is this her, the one that's in the video? Is that her Twitter account?
New York Post, Texas reporter. It says New York Post, Texas reporter, 40,000 followers. And then she says, I got an exclusive tour of the Nola Terrace home. And then she tags the New York Post. And there's the article. You see what I'm saying? It's freaking weird. Like, I can't, that doesn't make sense.
Nothing is making sense at all right now, dude. Nothing. There is no fucking way that this woman could have gone into his house. There's none.
That's what I'm saying. From the Post?
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I don't know if you're watching earlier, but like I was saying, like I'm seeing shit that I've never seen. The internet as crazy as it is right now with the stories going around. I've never seen anything like this.
And here's the And look, the article is still up. That's an ad, by the way. And those are the pictures from the video.
Wow.
Exclusive.
That is mind-blowing. Yeah, I had not seen that video at all.
We watched it earlier. I was like, it's just that doesn't make sense. A terrorist subject? Like investigation? And you're going to let the Post walk in? And they got the article up. It's the reporter. They've got pictures of the house. The article has like just still shots from the video, but I'll pull it back up again. Sorry, I shouldn't have taken it down. This is from, so like that they're able to get this kind of information.
Well, so she went on News Nation. That reporter went on News Nation. So I'm trying to find the video of her on News Nation now. If I can find it.
Why is she wearing that? Leggings too. Like maybe they were just recording her. Yeah, there's the video right there.
I can say that the chat definitely appreciated the leggings.
Maybe they was just recording her from the waist up, and then they were like, hey, yeah, you can come in here and tour the house. Just don't touch anything.
Let's see if we can find I'm looking on News Nation's YouTube channel, see if I can find this. So she was on News Nation tonight, and I'm trying to see if I can find her interview, which I don't see it, because I would like to hear what she has to say. But I don't see the interview. So if somebody can find that interview for me. So if you go over to her Twitter account.
Yeah, I see it. I'll be on News Nation.
Mm-hmm. Right here. Right there. So she's got that right there. So she'll be on News Nation. It's on her Twitter account. At tonight at 9 Central. So, but we have nothing now. So what a weird, everything's weird, dude. 81% say that it's fake. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. So
it's just like I agree. Like, but I mean, like I said, like you have the Post tweeting it. You have lots of items in this home left behind by federal investigators that should currently be in FBI analyst's lab and evidence room. Absolutely bizarre. She retweeted herself the quote tweet. You know, was she not prepared? Did they just go through the house and did they just left? And so she's like, well, I'm just gonna walk in if there's no one here. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Man, the freaking children were young people were killed. Like, what kind of investigation is that? Like that's horrible.
Yeah, that's wild.
Just to let just a rando walk in.
Laughing Man sent a member message that says, the passport, Jeremy, he was burned until he was unrecognizable, but the passport survived. I tagged you on X, but you never read my comment. Check memes. Laughing Man's mad at me, Jay.
I don't know if he gets mad, but morally disappointed.
Wow. It's even worse. Tag me again, Laughing Man, and I'll check it out. Kira for 50. If you actually watch the video, the potential motives are broken down in a way that makes sense. Everything that keeps it being asked is made clear enough for you, at least to form a full opinion. Agree or disagree, speculation otherwise is pointless. Yeah, I'm going to watch the whole Sean Ryan interview. I'm going to watch it, and then I was not prepared for this to be so... Again, I didn't pre-screen it before. I saw people talking about it. I knew that people wanted me to talk about it. That's the blessing and the curse. Like, you're going to get my genuine reaction. But if I would watch it, pre-screen it first, at least, I don't like to formulate my opinions unless I'm doing it in front of everybody. I like to do it genuinely, like you see what I'm thinking. That particular video, yeah, probably would have benefited from watching it first. And then I would have been like, whoa, this is complicated. But it's just, it's a very complex story. Buster Nut Smash says, community note, sex with Jay was painful. I'm just reading the super chats.
In a
Okay.
good way or bad way?
I don't know. Kira says more time has been spent wasted on speculation than it would have been just watching the video at this point. That's what we do. We speculate. Elon doesn't want us to speculate, though. Kira's mad at me now. Everybody's mad at me. Everybody is mad at me now.
It's intense, man. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
Everybody is mad.
What more do you want from me?
Can't win.
I love that. I love that clip.
I can't win. Mike Zero Sources says the Las Vegas Bomber was told the Acolyte had a second season. We all know how he handled it.
Jeez.
The DJ Crimson Steel says, I don't care if I'm called a conspiracy theorist, but I think the Cybertruck dude was a Manchurian candidate or this is some CIA operation. Celebrity Jeremy says she's contaminated everything. No way this could be real. Cerberus says, did the reporter stage it or is the FBI that incompetent to not secure the crime scene or both? Probably a little bit of both.
Isn't that against the law? If the reporter staged something like that?
Grand Potato says staged. Storm Shadow says it's real, but staged by deep state. Maybe. I like how you make a definitive statement and then you say who did it. Maybe
it's real, but maybe.
Daniel Davis says, if you watch the video carefully, there's a laptop on the table. How did the authorities miss that? Yeah, I don't. What the fuck is happening?
Welcome to our
right
government,
now,
man.
This is wild. So wild. Bohica for 999 says the rules of evidence for the judicial system alone make this fake. No way anything found in that house would be admitted. This is true. Kira says do a poll on how many have seen the video. What, the Sean Ryan video? Well, I'm sending them there, so they're definitely going to check it out. If you want to put a link to that Sean Ryan video, I'll pin the post as well. Mods. Jim P says that reporter may be. Let's see, that hot reporter may be real, but the feds set it up for her to do the report. DJ Crimson Steel says I'm not buying any of this. Trust no one. Rogue Thought says the place would be tossed. This is true. Vault 95 or Occupant 42 says if you wanted to get media attention, can you think of anything better than doing something in a Tesla in front of a Trump Tower? He wanted a wake-up call. That's fair too. That's fair. Jared Armstrong says the best part of that Tyrese video was when he said congratulations. Yeah, I mean, and it's a good time for me to use it because everybody's mad at me. Laughing Man's mad at me. Kira's mad at me. Jay's mad at me.
I'm happy, man.
You're not mad at me?
Of course not. I wouldn't be here.
At least one person. At least one person's not mad at me.
Because I'd rather them be mad at you than calling me a retard. So it works out.
Shit. Everyone's mad. It's basically Twitter right now. It's just everybody's fighting.
It's Twitter.
Everybody's screaming. Everybody's mad at everybody. It's fucking
just
insane.
Disappointed.
Yeti RC says, I'm not mad at you, Jeremy. Then the next comment says, just disappointed. Like, what the fuck? Did you guys time it that way? We all know that's the worst. Let me see. Hang on. Where's it at? Damn it, I can't. The chat moves too fast. So, yeah, I can't find it. But yeah, I will say that I think that reporter video, I don't know, man. It's not like the New York Post is fucking pulling like Babylon Bee fucking articles. Like that's being treated as a legitimate report and video.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I personally like it's more believable that the FBI is just incompetent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's more believable than her staging that.
I agree. We've all been saying this. Like, listen, Trump wants to do a rally on January 19th in Washington, D.C. the day before. I don't know. I don't speak for everybody. I don't even care about the inauguration ceremony. I know they have all these little balls where they dance at, and they all like, there's the senator's ball and this, and they change their gowns and they do a parade. I don't care about a marching band this year. I don't care if the high school doesn't get to march for the president or there's a parade. I want that man in a bunker, swear him in, and get to work. We could celebrate a few months down the road. I will be okay. I know it's a special thing when a president comes in, they do a big party and everything. I'm like, not this time. There's too much. There's problems everywhere. It's like you can pick anything that's going on in the government, and it's a major problem that needs to be fixed. Like, there's just too many problems. Just get to work. Just start doing that. We'll have a big party. The 250th year of America's coming up. We'll celebrate then. Trump could do all his parades, man. He could have the marching band, the big fat guy playing the tuba. I want all that stuff, man. Bring the popcorn, the giant-sized pretzel with mustard, all that stuff. We'll have it all at the big party in 250. For now, this man doesn't need to do no rallies. We don't need no other January 6th crap happening. We don't need any of that stuff. Just stay low, get in office, and get your people in and get some work done immediately. Like, I know he won't sleep for 5 days because the amount of stuff that needs to be done. I mean, you could just name anything. Infrastructure. Man, we got to overhaul that whole thing. Education. Where do we begin on education? The whole thing. Immigration. Where do we begin on that? The whole thing is messed up. Everything is messed up. So they have a lot to do, and he's got 4 years to get this thing going. Yep. So I am okay. I will not be disappointed, nor will I be upset if he comes out and said, hey, we're not going to have a big party for the inauguration this time. We'll be okay. The big fat guy with the tuba, he'll come out later. You good with that, everybody? You good with that of America? Let those people pound sand and cry. He didn't have a party because he knew no one would show up. I could care less. There's stuff that's got to be fixed. These people are trying to stop it. This is insanity. The man's already been shot at once. We don't need anything messing this up. Agreed. That's it. That's well all said. I'm saying. I don't know. If you want the inauguration, I'm okay if you want that. I get it.
No, I take that. Like, I don't even want it to be. Just do it in a private ceremony.
That's what I'm saying. Do it in the Oval Office. Have a camera in there. President,
I'm not kidding.
Vice President, I'm done. Get to work.
Pass up on my potential record-setting day just to have Trump safe. Seriously, I will.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I don't want him doing the rally. And I don't want him doing the inauguration. Not under these circumstances. I just don't want it.
100%. Do it in the war bunker in the White House. Just, yep, I'm the president now. He's the vice president. All right, we're all good. Let's get to work. Boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
So,
Kira for 50 says, I'm not mad, heart, but the chat's big mad at me, though. I'm not mad at you. Because you give a lot of money. So, but in all seriousness, I appreciate your passion. We were DMing a bunch of stuff, a bunch of information Kira shared with me over on Twitter. So, but look, at the end of the day, if people ain't fighting, then they're probably not in the CobraCast chat. All right. It's we got to,
yeah, they'll bite you.
We got to, there's a reason it's called the snake pit. Okay.
Yeah.
They won't fuck around. So, it's a passionate group of people. There's a lot of disagreements right now. There's a lot of divisive topics and a lot of confusion on a lot of different sides. So I respect the passion that the people have.
Very passionate, man. And they just want to see their country better. We all just want to see our country better. And listen, like I said, after the inauguration, the big guy's going to come out and play the tuba. I'm ready. There I am. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for the party, man. Maybe that's a French horn. I don't know what that is, but somebody in AI made that. They made my face a little bit rounder on purpose, but that's okay. I don't like when, listen, if there's a skinny guy playing a tuba, I respect it. But, man, it's not the same as the big dude playing the boom, 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 and they're carrying that big old horn. It's just cool, man. It's just cool. I don't know why I got off on that, but I can't stop thinking about the guy playing the tuba. It's such a great instrument. Anyway, sorry.
You okay, Jay?
January 20th can't get here soon enough. I'm not okay. This stuff is crazy.
All right, here's Laughing Man. So right here.
Oh,
This
look at
survived,
that.
but his body burned beyond recognition.
What?
There's just so much wrong, dude. There's so many. Every time you get an answer, you get more questions. And every answer leads to 10 more questions. Do we know this is 100% confirmed?
Why don't you send the New York reporter so she can go walk through the Tesla, the Cybertruck, and the body and everything, and just why don't you send her out there in her leggings to do this?
This is so crazy.
It just smells like a setup, man. Like it's freaking weird.
It is. Everything about it is.
And I'm just guessing YouTube, allegedly. Who knows? Don't listen to me. I'm a guy by the name of Drunk 3PO. What the heck?
Yeah, we're
it's
just
all
retards.
for entertainment purposes anyway.
We're just retards, so it's all good. Flag Ninja says the Cybertruck dude screams undiagnosed mental illness to me. The conspiracy theories are coming from people trying to rationally explain the motives of an irrational state of mind. Not a bad take. Not a bad take. Celebrity Jeremy says this is the first time in my life that I don't trust that we'll have a peaceful transfer of power. You and Jay are absolutely right about Trump laying low and safe. That's what I want to see, man. I just want him to lay low and be safe. I don't want him in a public setting at all right now. I really don't. Nima says, has Trump said a single freaking thing about any of this? Even Biden came out of his coffin to mumble something. Well, I mean, it's not really Trump's place at this point in time. Biden is the commander in chief. I think, but I don't know if Trump's made a lot of statements on a lot of different things. I don't know if he has specifically addressed what happened at Trump Tower. I don't know if you've heard anything, Jay.
I don't think so.
Gerald Armstrong says the term woke right is the stupidest shit ever heard. I also got one of those Trump texts telling me that I'm invited to the rally. The Tactical Dish Soap says, I agree with Jay. Donald Trump already had his victory speech on November 6th. He doesn't need a last victory lap. No, he doesn't. Not at all. Buster Nut smashes Jay and the big fat guy with a tuba for 2028.
I'm down. Wait. Yeah.
What?
I just wanted to make sure I heard that correct.
Bob R says, I'm in New Orleans. Let's see. Could go check it out. No, I would not encourage anyone to go check it out. No, under no circumstances would I encourage that. Jim P says, amen, Jay. Reagan did his second term, sworn in at the White House. Kira says, reeing with big
Did
tech
he really?
money.
I did not know that. Sorry
Reeing
about that.
with big tech monies. Woohoo. No, you're good. Hope says Jay wants Trump to hide like Biden. Only Sith allow fear to rule their hearts. Trump showing his strength now, but now that he's elected, you want him to hide. No, that's not what he said.
Hide? No. I wanted to get to work.
Yeah, he wants him to get to work. So
I don't want to waste a day on a party. What the freak?
Yeah, that's that. I agree with Jay. Damn it, I said the meme. I didn't mean to say the meme. Axel Jensen says, just like passports, the bad guys, just like the passports of the bad guys on 9/11. Twisted Life. What's up, Twisted? Damn. Have you not smacked Jay with a what?
A sandal. Is that what that is? Is that the sandal word?
The sandal.
Why would he
word?
smack me with that? What's going on?
I would never do that. I would never do that.
I don't
did. I
pronounce it
said the
correctly,
meme.
so.
I said the meme. I said I agree with Jay, and I didn't even mean to. That's the funny part of it. All right, we're at 2.5 hours. Jay, when are you going live on your show? Welcome to the Rebellion Podcast.
I do that Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Over there. It's such a unbelievable, crazy show. And but there's going to be a lot of streams these past few days. So I'm closing out Achromatic Chronicles and on Tuesday. So
that's right.
But yeah, every morning at 8 o'clock we go over the news that happened yesterday. So
good stuff. Well, I will have videos out this weekend. I'm back in the video grind, whether that's going to be on Geeks Gamers or here, not sure, but I will have videos out this weekend. And I hope you guys will check him out. Also, shout out to 1-800-DANKY for the best of stuff. He's got the best of Drunk 3PO, the best of Ryan, the best of Beardo, the best of Krista, and he got the best of Jeremy today. So
And mine has the worst views, so I feel bad about myself.
Does it?
My views are the worst.
Krista's is going to get the most views. Ryan's is actually doing really good too, though. Ryan's got a lot of views.
I know. It is what it is. I'm not as funny as people think.
Mine's tracking pretty crappy, to be honest. So mine's probably mine and yours are going to be the two worst performing.
Yeah.
You're in the same place as me. So, all right. So
it's all good.
Yeah. So, all right. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks to Jay for hopping on. Appreciate him as always. And thank you to the chat, the best chat on the internet. Look, I will just continue to repeat what I said. Stay safe. If you're in a blue city, I would not go to any big crowded areas unless they have extreme security. So like, for instance, if you're in Orlando, I would go to Universal, you know what I mean? Cause it's secure. You know what I mean? They have security. It's a very secure area, but I wouldn't just be going. Yeah. I wouldn't just be going to some crazy place where there's just a bunch of people right now. Shit's pretty wild. And of course I'm in Florida. I'm fully protected. So if anything gets out of whack, I'm not too worried about that. I've got that taken care of. I hope everybody is, taken care of in their own residence and things like that. But this is going to be a pretty crazy few weeks, man. And I'm not sure how to process all this information that we're getting. So, all right, guys. So thank you so very much. We do appreciate it. We're going to leave you with Sabaton. So Jay, if you want to bounce, because we're going to play Sabaton on the way out. And if not, I'll talk to you after the Sabaton plays. But thank you, chat. The best chat, the Snake Pit. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend. Talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
What, Jay? Freaking Jay.
Time to rule at last. 15 years held up in
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the support. Have a good weekend. I'll have some videos for you here and on Geeks Gamers. So Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, Trump 2024. And we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.